Hey guys, today is Tuesday, January 17th. It is very chilly and gray here in New Jersey today. It's a little drizzly and it feels like finally like a typical winter day. It's been just really erratic weather here. I mean, I've been spending so much time concentrating on getting ready for the garden and trying to be, excited for it, but in my gut it keeps telling me that it's really just the beginning of winter and we have a long way to go. And even though I have a new greenhouse, I have to remind myself that the weather is still very unpredictable and we still have very cold nights here. So nonetheless, I'm still busy ordering new seeds for my collection, and we're getting ready to plan for our garden layout. So I'm back with another seed haul for you guys, and this time it's from MIgardener. So this is our first order from MIgardener, and I placed the order on January 2nd, and I received a notification on January 12th, which was 7 business days, that my order would be shipping to me. At that time, everything was in stock that I selected, and the order went off just fine. I really get excited when I place orders. I like to stalk my order to see if it's been fulfilled. I can't wait to watch the tracking. So seeing, a package coming to me through Michigan and leaving through the Detroit Postal Service I thought to myself, I never received a package from Detroit. That may seem silly to somebody, but for me, it's just really exciting to know that I have something coming from another part of the country that will be planted in my garden. So one of the first things that I decided to invest in, which is a long-term investment, is asparagus. Now, MIgardener did have asparagus available in a crown form for a much higher price. Now, again, these packets are all $2, and this has approximately 100 perennial asparagus seeds, and this will be our first time growing asparagus. And we do know that this is a long-term investment, so it takes 2 to 3 years to get established. And I'm pretty excited for this. We are asparagus eaters, and something that I've learned through the years of preparing asparagus is that I like to gently peel the outer skin below its floret and down onto the spear a little bit, and it makes it much more tender. And it just, not to be too graphic, but a lot of people know when you eat asparagus, it does create a fragrance in urine. And for some people, it just really turns them off. But if you peel that outer layer off of the stalk, not only is it more tender, but it tends to really decrease the amount of fragrance, I'll say, that comes out through your urine. But usually something like that is good for you. So, it doesn't upset me personally, but some people are turned off by asparagus for that. I myself, I'm very excited. I know, again, it's a long haul. Let's talk for a minute about MIgardener's seed package if this is your first time ordering from them as well. I like the front, tells you how many seeds are in here and what your product is with a nice bright picture. And his back of the package does have some information. It does say it's Perennial Zones, that it likes full sun, how it likes to be planted, when to start it indoors, when to direct sow it, your germination days till maturity, and about harvesting it. So I think that's pretty good information. And, it's really good to know what your perennial zone is. Now, when people talk about what your zone is, you would think that things that go straight across the country, like we were a 5 a few years ago, then a 6, now we're a 6B, 7A. We are experiencing climate change, and where we're located in New Jersey, you would imagine that somebody up north of Seattle and the islands around Washington would be colder up there, but some of those islands up there are a zone 8. So when you talk about what your zone is, just remember it's more about knowing what the last freeze date is in spring and your first freeze date in the autumn. And that will tell you about when it is that you need to plant things or be prepared to harvest them by. So don't be put off by that too much, but you should still know what those numbers are. The next thing I purchased was Cress. And this is another thing that is the first time in our garden. Again, it does talk about a lot of information on the back. It talks about its flavor, how long till harvesting. This is a partial sun grower, so this is going to be good to be planted in our new garden around our greenhouse, which is where I'll be planting new spinach beds, and I'm going to try to move my spinach variety away from my main beds in the back. We seem to have some predator or an insect or something that's eating up a majority of our spinach. Now, we eat spinach raw 7 days a week, and for a long time here, our spinach flourished. My spinach would grow through snowstorms, and now all of a sudden it seems like I'll see a good germination, and then all of a sudden it dies back. So it's telling me that something must be eating it. So I'm going to add more greens to our diet, and not that we don't have enough greens already, but I thought cress would be an interesting thing to add to see how well it grows. It does have a little bit of a peppery flavor from what I'm hearing, which isn't really my favorite thing, but peppery greens are really, really good for your blood vessels. They're good for your digestion. They're great for balancing out your natural cholesterol in your blood vessels. And these things are really, really good for you. So I don't know how well I'll love cress, but I'm willing to try it because I know it's in my best interest for my health. Now, the next thing I ordered was a variety of lettuces. Now, I'm already growing, I think, 24 varieties of lettuce, which may seem outrageous, but I do have a variety of heading lettuces and leafy lettuces. Now, even the heading lettuces, I do treat as a cut and come again. I'll leave the root in there. I only take the leaves I need. And when you're harvesting leaves from 25 different lettuces, your salad is so beautiful and colorful. And you're not just harvesting big giant heads and only eating a little bit and wasting it. When you only take the leaves off, it sits and waits for you. But I do have just a craving to know that I have full heads of lettuce growing out there. And one of the varieties that I grow out there, which is a good head lettuce, is called Great Lakes. Now, I wanted something similar to that in crunch and flavor, so I went ahead and I ordered a very traditional iceberg lettuce. Now, this doesn't offer really any nutrition probably. Iceberg lettuce is a good source of fiber, and it's a good source of hydration in your diet. We need these things as we eat them. It's a delicious fresh crunch. It's great for wrapping things up in placement of carbohydrates or rolls or tortilla shells or anything. There are so many things that would be a sandwich that you can wrap into a crunchy lettuce leaf. So I figured, since I have so much success with lettuce, I'm going to give it a try and have these set aside. Again, it's a longer term growth where I won't be harvesting little leaves off of it. I have to remember to leave this one alone. This is like knowing where your Christmas present is, and you can't help but peeking in the bag to see what's happening, and you want to have a go at it. But so I have to learn to be patient and allow my iceberg lettuce to grow into a full head so I can harvest it and enjoy it like that, because I really love the hearts of iceberg lettuce. So I'm pretty excited for that variety. Now, I did order an oak leaf lettuce. I was trying to find this everywhere, so I was so relieved and grateful when I saw it on Luke's webpage. And, I said, finally. Now, I have been eating something called Solar Flare and Bronze Beauty, and they are sort of like an oak leaf lettuce, but they are red lettuces. And I'll tell you, the flavor is so delicious, and it's crunchy yet tender, and it just adds this beautiful zing to our spinach salad every day. So when I saw the oak leaf lettuce, I couldn't resist it. I was so happy. I went ahead and I couldn't wait for that to come in the mail today. So a new variety that I also added is a Cimarron lettuce. Now, this grows like a romaine lettuce, and it has tall, upright leaves. Something to keep in mind when you're a lettuce grower: when your lettuce leaves, you let them go for a long time and they start to get really nice and big and upright. You need to chop that down and start harvesting, because your leaves are going to start to get bitter. It'll get a thick texture, And if it's your first time growing lettuce, you will learn that the best time to have lettuce where you're going to do the cut and come again method is to take the smaller leaves and have it as microgreens in your salad. Trust me, it's so much more delicious, and you'll have a big giant variety of leaves. Now, I really love, love, love red lettuces. I already have a gigantic variety growing in the yard. We are proven lettuce growers. As I said, I have so many varieties growing. And I would find Merlot to be one of the more difficult varieties to actually grow. But then I had red sails and new red fire. Oh, I have so many varieties of red lettuce. Once they get going, they grow really, really well. And I like that they do pack a little bit of an antioxidant in there, even though it isn't really something that would be on your nutrition scale. Again, lettuce offers a wonderful source of hydration and fiber to your diet, and just crunch and interest if you are a salad eater, which we are. We eat salad 7 days a week. It's our main course. It's a giant 7-cup bowl full, but it's not just lettuce. It's a majority spinach. And there's carrots and red cabbage and red onions. I add fruit to it and avocado. It's so wonderful. So we eat such a big giant bowl. It does take all day to digest it. So we're full all day long. By the time we go to bed, our stomach is empty, our stomach isn't working anymore. It gives your body an opportunity to digest what you have. When it's done burning that off, it'll go right into burning fat mode. So I can really get into a lot of information about intermittent fasting and why eating salads is so important. It's basically a Mediterranean diet. So if you have any questions, please leave comments below on that. I'll be happy to answer them. But I'm really happy to have found another variety of lettuce. Now, the last thing that I ordered from him for now, I'm so happy to see this giant Marconi pepper. I love, love, love this pepper. It has a medium density wall to it. It grows to about 8 inches long, and once it starts to mature, it turns a beautiful bright red, and you can see on the picture here that this would be a very accurate picture. I grow giant Marconi every year, and last year I did manage to find it late in May. Now normally I have my giant Marconi peppers in the ground by Mother's Day, which is really a good marker date for us here in our region of New Jersey. Our frosts are usually over by then, and I normally buy these from starter plants. I haven't really been able to find the seed before. So I was in a little bit of a panic last year. I finally found them at the farm market. They were not in the best condition. They did produce for me this year, but it was another product where I went into a state of panic saying, okay, what's the issue with not being able to get giant Marconi? This is something that I eat. So I made it a point with the Marconis that I did grow to harvest the seed from those peppers directly, and I have them stashed away in an envelope which I clearly marked giant Marconi. But I thought for safe measure, I'm going to go on a quest on my next seed haul to find the beautiful giant Marconi. It's crisp and flavorful. It takes on a very smoky flavor. You can saute it. You can eat it raw in a pepper tomato salad with cucumbers. Vinegar and oil is absolutely incredible. I have to stop saying absolutely. I absolutely have to stop doing that. I've been picking up on little mannerisms that I have that I never realized, but I feel like absolutely is a very firm word, so I'll still say it's an absolutely delicious pepper. But yeah, so you can freeze these very, very easily. After I harvest them, I wash them, I let everything dry thoroughly, and I'll just cut it in half and take its seed pod out. And then I kind of just stack them up inside of each other and put them right inside of a double freezer bag. I have some Marconi peppers left from 2 years ago that are still delicious and not freezer burned. I throw them right into a saute pan with a little bit of olive oil and some sweet onions, and I do so many things with them. They roast beautifully, barbecue beautifully. I highly recommend this because some bell peppers just have such a very thick wall and skin to them. They take longer to cook and they can give you a little bit of acid reflux sometimes. I don't find that with the giant Marconi pepper, so I will grow this every year and I will make sure that I harvest some of the seeds from this pepper as it grows. Now this package contains 25 seeds. I will not grow 25 Marconi peppers this year. I'll probably grow 4 plants. So I'll start germinating these next month. I can't believe it's time to germinate peppers and eggplants already. You know, when I went shopping today, I was buying, you know, my fresh spinach, and I try to get the date that's furthest out on the spinach container. And I was shooting for January 27th. I was able to get January 25th. But still, I looked at that date and said, it's the end of January. I have to get ready in just 3 weeks to start germinating, and the kitchen becomes the mini greenhouse for germination. So I just, you know, I can't even believe it. So I was pretty happy with this small haul from MIgardener. I thought they delivered fairly quick. I like supporting small businesses. I like supporting people in our YouTube community. And I think he gives out really good information. I think he's very knowledgeable. We love watching his YouTube page. Of course, he is on Facebook and Instagram, and there's just a ton of information there. They are very accessible if you have any questions. And I didn't need customer service from them on this order, but I got the feeling that if I did need customer service, they were going to be very attentive to me. They are trying to grow a business, so they're going to do what it is that they have to do to make sure their customers are happy. Something they gave me on this little card here in my order has use code SHARE10 for 10% off of your next order. So I think that, you know, you would have to have a previous order registered to use this, but I'm not really sure. I'm not inviting all of you to use this at this time, but I'm saying if you place an order with them, you'll get the opportunity to get 10% off of your next order. So that's pretty exciting. So I think on the, right now I have a little bit of a wish list with him where I am waiting for a few things to be, to come back into stock. And I'm going to promptly place that order once my cart is full again. So that's my MIgardener haul for today. I hope this content helped you. And if you like our channel, please subscribe. And please hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We have a lot of interesting videos coming up, and we are a young growing channel. And we really do need the support of all of you viewers out there and everyone in the YouTube community and in the gardening community. We are experienced gardeners, and we're doing our best to get the information out there to people who are trying to learn, or who have maybe moved to a new area and you're trying to figure out what our growing habits are here, or for anyone who's looking to grow something new that they haven't tried before. So I hope you'll stop in and see us again. Thanks for giving me your time to view this seed haul, and I'll see you in the next video.